Yeah.
What is up, YouTube? Forexation here, and we are going to kind of quickly go over the market this last week and mark up the charts for some key levels we're looking at, price to react and pull to in the coming week. The little series I'm going to start doing on the YouTube channel to kind of show you what we're going to be doing on our Discord. Eventually, these will go private into the Discord server group only, where we'll do them live. First things first, I always go to the monthly, and we're going to be doing the E-mini and the EU. So first things first, I go to the monthly, and I pull out the horizontal rays, and I put them on the last month. And because price this month already has left this monthly high, I'm going to add the previous candle as well. This will all make sense in a second. So I already got these pre-saved. When it's at the top, I'm doing my monthly premium. And then this is going to be the monthly discount and monthly discount. It's really key to keep track of these highs and lows, because price, like you could see here, when it went through it, it drove through it. It wasn't like, it didn't just close right at it. Although sometimes it kind of fakes you out, and then the next month comes back, right? It's got to grab that liquidity that built up here. So anyways, I mark this up, and then quickly, just so we know, this is the previous month, not the actual last month. So that's all I do on the monthly. There's really no key levels I want to mark up yet. I mean, there's this high up here, but for now, next week, this is all we need to worry about. This is the next area, the range we're in. So I'm going to go down to the weekly now. I just kind of touch these up. I don't like when they stick out. So that one right there, October 31st. All right, so these are all cleaned up. On the weekly, we do the same thing to the last two candles. Now, because this one actually closed, we'll mark this one up and the previous. This one is the same as the monthly, but I still do it anyways, just because it'll overlap, but that way you know the previous week. Also, oops, I do not want an alert. And mark up the current week that just closed, which was a huge, look at that. Opened up below and wow. What a run. It's looking pretty busy, but again, we're not trading on the weekly or daily chart. We'll be in a much lower time frame, so these will be much more spread out, and it won't look as busy when we're actually in the week trading. So let's go to the day now. Kind of clean these up a little bit. Scoot this one down, that one over one, that one over one. Or we could do the monthly there. I think that was the monthly, was it? No, that was the weekly. So we'll move the monthly back, the weekly there. Okay. And we're all cleaned up now. I just like the line starting on the candle that formed it, instead of like hanging off. I don't know. That's just me. It may not bug you, so you don't have to do it. One thing I did not look on the weekly though was, is there any gaps? And I do see one up here that long-term price may want to come up here and fill. I'm just going to draw this out. I don't know how long it's going to take to get there, so we'll give it till February. It'll probably get there around maybe December. My guess would be. Obviously, we don't know exactly what price is going to do. We just like to box price and really kind of have it show you that there's one area it would likely go. It's a game of probabilities, right? We just want to find the highest probability. So that's all I would do on Everything looks good, closed up. We got that. I'm not worried about anything up here yet. This is kind of like that next resting liquidity for anyone that shorted it long term. And if they didn't trail their stops, it's probably up here somewhere, right? So now we go back to the daily. And you can see on the daily that kind of filled in. Oh, I also need to add weekly. I always time everything so I know what time frame it is, because otherwise I would move it to right here. But you can see that weekly one filled in. So there's really no point of doing this. We're gonna move this up to the daily now. And switch from weekly to daily. And if you see my things are snapping, I do have the magnet the magnet on weak magnet, so it kind of snaps in place, so I get those right accurate levels. So on this one, we do have this big liquidity void right here, or fair value gap. It's a pretty big gap, so I'm gonna do a liquidity void markup right there. So put that out. This is on the daily. And then the next one we're kind of already filling in. I'm gonna put it out anyways, just so we know kind of where price was drawn to and why we're up here. So this coming week, there's two ways. Price could keep running and fill this in and come up here. But what I'm most likely looking for is early week drop off, and then we'll continue to run in the coming weeks. So either one of those scenarios is what I'm looking for on the E-mini. But we need to mark the day, which is the weekly, but again, we're still gonna mark it. And I changed the term now since we're on the daily. I just do the buy side liquidity and then the sell side liquidity. Reason it's green is just because if this gets taken out, we're looking for buys, right? If this comes up here, we're probably looking for sells. All right. So we got that, and we're doing the previous candle as well. So let's bust out one more. It's gonna be the buy side. We're gonna do previous days buy side. I know some of you are like, there's so many lines on the chart, and I agree, but just hear me out. You just do this for the week. It looks busy, but the rest of the week when we're actually live in the markets, you're gonna be on the one or less, and you'll see when I show you it all makes sense. So this is all good. I don't think there's anything else I want to mark up. Everything looks to be kind of efficient, filled in. There's just these two gaps, and I'm not too worried about price up here yet. So we'll drag this out. No, we'll leave it there because I don't want the whole chart red. So we'll leave that there. We'll close this up a little bit. I assume, within the next 2 weeks, if hopefully just this 1 week, we fill this in and start going back up. But can never be too sure. So let's go to the 4 hour now. I really don't look at the 4 hour too much. There is this giant gap down here, so I might just put that in there just so we have reference that price may want to dig deeper than just that daily one. And again, we could probably close this up, start cleaning the things up a little bit. I'm not too worried about these lines now. If we're on the hour and it's bugging me, I'll scoot them in. But so usually I go down to the 1 hour, and you can see the lines start spreading out, so they're less busy, and then you can kind of see that gap between the monthly and the weekly. You could see price went right there, rejected, and then punched right back through. So I'm sure there's some sales. I got caught up in this. They're like, okay, went to the the previous week high. We're gonna sell. Which I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of looking for a sale setup here, but one did not really develop. I think there was like a short little scalp I ended up taking, but nothing too much. I did want it to fill this up, so because of price kind of doing this little wave, that's for me, it's something I look at and see that price is kind of stalling out, so it might consolidate more. We might get that reversal, or like I said, we might continue up and fill this in. I do not know, but I'm ready either way. Price wants to show me, I'm ready. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This little fair value gap got filled in right here. This one as well got filled in. This one did not. We could mark that up. It could be if we're going for sells, that could be an area to take profits. This is on the 1 hour. Obviously, we got this big area right here. So this is now they're starting to overlap. You can see this area right here. For me, when I start getting these overlapping, it's just a higher probability that I'm looking for it to go to that range. Oh, I did liquidity void. Yeah, I guess. I was gonna do a fair value gap, but that is, if we were to break it down, it'd be a bunch of. I can't believe price. What is that? Price went crazy this day. Uh, wow, insane. So that's gonna be it for the E-mini. This is kind of all I need to do. I'll be on the 15 and 5 minute. Still looks a little busy. I could kind of maybe collapse these in so price gets freed up from the color. They'll still be kind of close enough to reference. We want price to drop into this area, or at least that's what we're looking for. 1 hour will clean up a little bit. And this daily one will pull in. Looks a little less busy now, and you can clearly see the labels of what each box is. That's why I like to label the boxes, because if you just had these 3 red squares, you'd kind of be confused. So I really like to label things. And the reason why I do the horizontal raise is because you could see the labels no matter where you are in the chart. You could see the labels and the price points you're looking at. So we could clean this up a little bit. Both the weekly and buy side is right there. Sell side's right here. We could pull this gap in a little bit. Does look to be filled, so what I might do is just pull this up into this range, switch it to 15-minute. All right, and I'm happy with that. So, like I said, we might come down, go up, fill it, get a reversal, and come down into this area. Or price may run. But with seeing how price ran and seeing how price usually runs, it's gonna consolidate at least. It might have another like spasm again, like it kind of just had right here. But price will want to fill it up eventually. So, all right, let's move on to EU and wrap this up. I already did it, but I'm gonna redo it for you guys. So let's go to the monthly. Let me turn off everything. All right. So, monthly. This is not closed yet, so we do not care about that. So, because price literally cleared the previous 2 months highs, and we're at pretty much a double top right there on the previous one. I'm gonna mark up all three of these. So I forgot these don't copy paste easy like that. Because some things you could hold control and drag and it'll give you another one. I don't care too much about this one down here. More so this one and this one, because it's got to go through both of these before that. Which I'm not saying it won't, but just to save up some time, we'll put that and this one. All right, so nothing really I want to mark up. I mean, there's this up here, but we got a long ways to get up there. A little bit right here. Not sure price will get there yet, so that's all I want on the monthly. Now the weekly, you already know. We're gonna clean these up. Okay. So weekly, we cleared a lot. Like that was a big run on EU. We got some big high impact news next week. Or this one's next week. No, because we're on the months. This one's next week. Or we're on the weekly, so it still shows this news from this past week. So we got these ones. Lots of high impact news next week. So it's on the 17th, 18th, 16th, and 15th. So it's going to be a busy week of news. We got 15, 16, 17, and 18. So pretty much every day besides Monday, which kind of wants me to believe that we're going to kind of go up a little bit on Monday. And all that news is going to drive us down to fill this in. So we'll pay attention to that. I do not trade until news hits and forms a setup. I'm not ready and comfortable enough to enter in before news unless it's way before news. But then again, I might get hit on the stop loss and then it run in my direction, which has happened many times. Go to the daily. Clean these up a little bit. Oh. Okay. On the daily now. This one is closed. Let's mark this up. Oh, I didn't even mark the weekly up. We just kind of blew right past that. The only one, I mean, the monthly's there. I don't want to really mark that up. What we can do though, is put this one here, and that's gonna be a weekly premium, and this is gonna be a previous. Got the monthly there. Monthly there. We could do this just in case price does rip all the way back down. Weekly premium. All right. Now let's go to the daily. Clean that up real quick. Got that. Okay. So on the daily now, we have the buy side. We have sell side. And what's interesting to me is the previous one, obviously. So write that up. Oops. Just copy that. Get smart for once out of typing it that many times. And then the sell side's way down here. All right. What else looks like jumping out at me on the daily chart? So there's a few things. We got this gap right here. We also have this gap right here. Oops. Nothing really looks out to me. I mean, we got this double top here, or equal highs. I will mark up. Let me do it to the close and here equals. Let's just drag that out a little bit. So usually, people see the double top. They're like, okay, it's gonna reject sell. That's gonna blow right through it. So some people might expect a full reversal down here from this. I'm just looking for maybe the retracement into one of these areas and then to punch back up through it. So that's why I marked out the equal highs. Something to keep look at, and that's all I want to do on the daily. Just kind of scanning real quick. Filled all this stuff in. All right. Go down to the 4 hour just to check something. Previous day. The previous day down here. That's lined up. Drag that over. So we're at the equal highs. We'll see how price kind of reacts up here. There is this little gap. Maybe we could take a short, quick trade, sell down there. And I'm not going to drag these out too long. Keep them short. Then we got this one down here. Oh. Then we got way down here. I'm not sure price is going to drive down here, but let's put this in anyways. And since I'm combining two fair value gaps, we're going to do a liquidity void. All right, we'll go down to the 1 hour. You can see it's kind of been taken care of, the 4 hour gap. So I'm not too worried about that. We could kind of drag this down here. And then replace this with the 1 hour. 4 hours there. And then we got this huge void, which we'll mark up with liquidity void. 1 hour. Start kind of pulling things back, clean it up a little bit. That's bugging me. Let's clean that up a little bit. Scoot that down. Cool. Anything else I want to mark up? No. I think that's good. So pretty much overall, we're at areas where price could continue up. So if we go back out, price can continue up to this range. I should have marked this up. So price, like I said, no one knows what price is exactly doing. So because of this strong ramp up, I believe the news is gonna take it back down, but it could drive up to here. So it's just something we need to watch out for. It could finish from this double top to here. Let's mark that in. It could want to fill this little gap in before it goes down. So we do got some options. Overall, I do believe we're going to be taking shorts next week with a little movement up, but how high we go up, I'm not too sure. So this is the markup for this week. Like I said, I'm going to be doing these probably for the rest of the year. And then come January, this is going to be exclusively for the Discord, where we'll do these weekly meetings. We'll do this in live time. Mark up the charts. If you guys have different charts you're looking at and you already marked them up, we could kind of review them, see if there's anything I would change or what areas I would be looking at. A little mentorship, mastermind study like that, as well as all my back testing. I upload the pictures and kind of explain my markups and what I was looking for and all that stuff. We talk about books in there, mindset training, and all that stuff. So the Discord, we're still building out. I'm adding a lot of stuff in there, so it's gonna be packed with value, and we're gonna build a strong community around trading, futures, forex, long-term investing, and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. There's a link in the description to get on the email list. So when we do launch the Discord group, you're ready to go, and we'll get you a discounted price for that. So hope you guys all enjoy this. Have a good trading week. Don't forget to take care of back testing and studying over the weekend and get ready for the next week of trading. Peace.